Published by White Wolf Wiki, fandom. New York City has been the setting of many major incidents and the home of several major factions in the world of darkness. In Gothic punk New York, criminality was never reduced as much as in the real world. Pollution and garbage are a rampant problem, with numerous green laws having been obstructed. Vampire, the Masquerade. While there are rumors of Native American Kenites in the New York area prior to the 16th century, the first European vampires to arrive came with the Dutch colonists in 1625. Kindred involvement in the area probably started earlier with the expedition of Henry Hudson in 1609. By 1664, when the British assumed control of the city after naval engagements and then business negotiations with the Dutch, there were a number of kindred in the city eager to make a name for themselves. A number of Sabbath also inhabited the city, led by the Bishop Ekaterina the Wise and waiting for their chance to assume power. By the end of the 17th century, an estimated 20 Kenites hunted the 10,000 or so mortal kine of the city.
Pay attention.
In 1897, during the Victorian Age, but more accurately the Gilded Age, both the Camarilla and Sabbath were active in the cities that would soon become New York. The Camarilla were led by their Ventru Dux Valorum Joseph Wellesley, alongside such Ventru as Catherine Trandor and Amory de Methuen, a trinity of Nosferatu namely Augustine, Calebros, and Radcliffe with teeth, and a chantry of Tremere led by Eleanor Van Hasen. The Sabbath in the area were led by the La Sombra Cardinal Francisco Domingo de Polonia, the Bruges Bishop Ekaterina the Wise, her rival the La Sombra Bishop Turles, and an outsider Ventru Entry Tribu named Thomas Alby. Independents included the non-Sabbath Ventru Anti-Tribu Douglas Callahan, Donatello Giovanni, and the Setite Lenore. While the Camarilla nominally controlled New York City for several centuries afterwards, it was always against the backdrop of constant battle with the Sabbath. In fact, the Sabbath membership on the island of Manhattan likely equaled or exceeded that of the Camarilla. This lasted until 1929 when the enterprising Ventru Michaela took advantage of the Sabbath's lack of interest in the financial dealings of Wall Street. She bought up stocks in the wake of the massive stock market crash and eventually made back her investment into a billion-dollar fortune. She used this fortune to attempt to stabilize the city and declared herself prince in 1980, but this only served to instigate Sabbath reprisals. Michaela desperately tried to fend off the Sabbath, even recurring to the tactic of mass embraces, using her children as cannon fodder against the Black Hand.
Pay attention.
The Sabbath had unchallenged dominance over the city until the Battle of New York of 1999, when a combined force of the Camarilla from inside and outside of the city successfully swept the Sabbath hierarchy from New York. Prince Michaela faced final death at the hands of the Archbishop Polonia during a fake attempt of parley with the Sabbath in the late 1990s. With Michaela decapitated, a council of Justicars established Calebros of the Nosferatu clan as prince pro tempore of the domain. As a result, New York is a city where numerous ambitious kindred stake their claim. Domains are fluent, but some trends have been observed. Wall Street is traditional Ventru domain, but with the threat of the Sabbath nearly gone, the clan now branches out to secure more neighborhoods for itself. The Nosferatu have their main haven in Manhattan. The hideout also serves as one of the main hubs for ShrekNet, resulting in a very tech-savvy population. The Tremere have held a chantry of 5 boroughs, located at Barnard College, through the entire time of the Sabbath occupation. Several smaller chantries constantly relocate, a holdover from that time. Around 6 Giovanni maintain a permanent haven in the city, mainly operating via their extended family. The Enziani have decreed that no more than 6 vampires of their clan are allowed in the city. New York has money, souls, and criminal activity galore, so the necromancers maintain their presence diligently. The followers of Set have several temples, their main one being in Harlem and a smaller one in Queens. Individual Setites run their own cults that nominally answer to the head of the temple in Harlem. Ravnos were organized in a small gang that mainly operated from Queens. Anarchs hold domain on Staten Island. Sabbath packs that survived the battle have gone into hiding, using the old infrastructure of their sect to sabotage the Camarilla. A special kind of jargon has developed that advertises the sect's activities right under the nose of Camarilla, like clubs named Gehenna that serve as racks or signs that read, "No cams or videotaping permitted."
Listen, I see those signs all the time.
The largest Xantosa estate is within the city, with Istvan Xantosa, the family patriarch, as their head, who guards the secret within the sewers.
Of bars.
Around 2005, Calebro stepped down and one of Michaela's surviving children, Helene Panard, assumed princedom. Under her leadership, the vampires of New York have managed to build a stable community, with the anarchs mainly cooperating. Contrary to reports of its demise, some kindred believe that the Zimish antediluvian is alive and now exists as an immense amorphous blob underneath New York. At least one Gehenna scenario involves Zimish awakening and destroying much of the city. It was later reported that it had gone. By December 2024, the Zimish Vritra manipulated the city against the local kindred, resulting in several thin-blooded and fledgling kindred being murdered by the Hunter Group Hunter offensive. In the following chaos, The offensive destroys the Camarillus Elysium and the Second Inquisition is attracted to the city.
Pay attention.
Werewolf, the Apocalypse. The main Carn in New York City is at the Central Park called the Sept of the Green.
Listen.
Additionally, there are other 3 known Carns in the state of New York. The smallest is located near Niagara Falls and is called the Sept of the White Water. Another one is located in the Sentinel Range of the Adirondack Mountains, while the most powerful is nested in the Finger Lakes region near Rochester, New York.
Ooh, in Rochester, New York.
New Amsterdam had originally
Right
been
near
constructed
Buffalo.
over a holy site of Gaia, and despite pollution of both worm and weaver, its sacredness is still untarnished. Garo and the surrounding area often refer to New York City distasteful as the city. Bone gnawers and glasswalkers dominate the local septs, with some Bedouin Fenris with ties to local neo-Nazi gangs living in the neighborhoods, and shadow lords among the business and crime communities.
Pay attention.
The other tribes keep their distance, only arriving when their prey has fled into the city itself. The worm has always been strong in New York. Since the time of the first settlers, an insidious worm known as the 7th generation has made it its new home. While the plague was eradicated by Albrecht when he received the Silver Crown, the problems are far from over.
Worms are
Members
parasites.
that escape the purge still have influence among the police, the government, and the law, using this knowledge to spread sickness and locate kinfolk children for their experiments.
Kinfolk children for
Servants of
their
the Defiler Worm have
experiments.
made New York into their center of activities. The eastern branch of Pentex has chosen New York as its home office.
Ooh,
Banes of all
listen.
kind revel in the pollution and urban despair within the city. Wild Fomori, like the hollow men, dwell in the sewers. The Nameless Tower stands right in front of the Sept of the Green, acting as a pit for the nameless Angel of Despair. Zizak, a legendary black spiral dancer, rules over it and prepares a strike force to take the Sept of the Green.
Pay attention.
Mage, the Ascension. As a city of crossroads and immigrants, New York is home to mages of several different paradigms. New York City is home to one of the three remaining Hermetic academies, Strauss Academy. Expatriate Lung that have fled to New York City have formed a branch of House Hong Lei in its Chinatown. The Ngoma have done the same, focusing on their native African communities, founding House Ngoma within the order.
I
The
can't
Cult
make
of
this
Ecstasy's
up.
Children's Crusade has a base in the city to hunt the pedophile cult known as the 7th Generation.
Y'all hear
Valador,
that?
the tradition's
Pedophile
largest
cult.
Horizon realm, has one of
7th
its earthly aspects
generation
within the
is their
city.
name.
Smaller groups of sorcerers like the Mogan Hachab work with the Lions of Zion to protect the Jewish community of the city.
The Lions
New York
of
also
Zion.
houses one of the largest receptories of the Knight Templars in the United States. The Taftani, only known as the Black Sheikh, has recently arrived in the city, seeing its skyscrapers as similar efforts to defy the lie as his own magic.
Wow.
As the seat of the United Nations in Wall Street, New York has also a strong technocratic presence. The Syndicate is the one with the most
Technocracy.
presence, with one of their corporations, Pax Corp, having their main center in the United States there.
Pax
A construct
Corp.
in Manhattan was connected with Mecca and scrutinized the population of New York for potential reality deviance. The Marauder group Men of Gotham have their center at Manhattan and act as vigilantes, their quiet warping them into superheroes that fight malicious supervillains.
Gotham City.
Wraith, the Oblivion.
Listen.
Because of the frequent deaths that occur in large cities, the New York City necropolis was one of the more sizable in the Shadowlands, being comprised of several formerly independent necropolis like Brooklyn. It was affiliated with Stygia. In its prime, it held the distinction as one of the most corrupt and anarchic necropolis in Stygia's North American territory. The Grim Legion was the strongest in area, using their influence to strengthen their numbers by enhancing the violence within the city, leading to more murders and more potential recruits for them.
Listen.
The Legion of Faith operates
Y'all
the
hear
New York
that?
Autonomous Region, which is also one of the most heavily staffed provinces, second only to London in terms of sheer numbers of personnel in place. Almost 300 restless make up the bureaucracy, and the military arm musters a full 5 companies. The NAR is run by the Anacreon Arnold de Mueller. One of the stops of the Midnight Express was also stationed there. During the New Stygian movement, the necropolis was torn by civil strife. Karen's loyalists allied with spooks against the Grim Legion and its insurrectionists.
Listen.
Nearly 15% of the city's wraithly population fell to oblivion during the unrest. Orpheus. While most of the Shadowlands were destroyed in the Sixth Great Maelstrom, New York suffered an unusual fate. The
Orpheus.
Maelstrom, for some reason, formed a whirlwind directly over the city.
Sounds like
It folded in on
Morpheus.
itself, and many of the spirits of the New York City necropolis were actually merged with the materials of the city, essentially becoming part of the necropolis fabric.
Listen.
Unable to harvest the fused spirits, the specters never managed to hold power over the city. It remains the only known necropolis to survive the Maelstrom. It was then ruled over by a minor mouth-being, Vidid the Munger, who made his home in the ghostly echo of Grand Central Station. The Empire State Building also survived, and served as the focus around which the jumble, the remains of the New York necropolis, slowly revolved. A fierce storm wind, the palisade, protected it from outsiders. The only way to safely enter the necropolis and the jumble was to travel over the Brooklyn Bridge, unaffected by the palisade winds. Also of note were the towers of the World Trade Center, visible in the distance through the palisade, with each tower caught forever in the first moments of its collapse. Both the World Trade Center and the Empire State Building were home to strange phenomena that no spirit, mortal, or mouthy had encountered before.
Y'all listening?
Changeling, the Dreaming. New York City was the site of the climactic Battle of Manhattan during the Accordance War, where the High King of the Returned City, Lord Dapple, fell against the Troll Commander Leros, who had lead the commoners in the noble's absence. When David Ardrey became High King and founded Concordia, the city became part of the Kingdom of Apples, as the Duchy of the Golden Sigil.
Kingdom of
As a result,
Apples.
the city has a high percentage of Kithen, and New York is easily one of the most heavily populated cities on the East Coast among them.
The Big Apple.
Its
Think
ruler,
about it.
Duke Culloden, as well as High King David himself, maintain winter residences in Manhattan. The Winter Court is one of the city's freeholds. The other is Goblin Town, an Asherian enclave that stretches beneath the city. It is dominated by unseelie knockers. The craftsmen of Goblin Town are renowned throughout Concordia for their handiwork, but also for their cruelty.
Goblin
The knockers
Town.
occasionally
Wow.
kidnap people, enchant them, and use them as workers within their freehold. They offer their services at the Fulton Fish Market to traveling Kithen, using glamour to disguise their more exotic treasures.
Wow. Enchant them.
Unknown to most, an ancient chimera sleeps in the
Magic
dreaming around New York. The ghastly is a terrifying creature born from the earliest dreams that was wrestled down by the Nunnevi millennia ago. The advances of Goblin Town have drawn on its energies and threatened to awaken it. Kingdom of the
Listen.
East. With the advance of the Great Leap outward, Kuei Jin have arrived in New York. Seeking to establish a foothold for themselves, they have taken up residence in the local Chinatown. Hunter, the Reckoning. New York is strangely bereft of many of the organizations that hunt the supernatural. In their place, criminal organizations, like the Mafia and the Tong, take a dim view with supernaturals that infringe on their turf and are ready to defend it with violent means.
Pay attention.
As of late, imbued have manifested among the population, although they have little contact with each other. The Arcanum have a chapter house in New York City. Mummy, the Resurrection.
The what?
Immortals have walked New York since its inception, both of Egyptian descent and others.
Pay attention.
Several mummies had taken up residence in New York before the Sixth Maelstrom. It is uncertain how many remain or have returned. Demon, the Fallen. Fallen have arrived in New York and formed a court, with the local tyrant being powerful enough to be recognized as Baron.
They formed
The
a
tyrant
what?
communicates with other courts through agents that are placed under his protection, like the Devourer Panate.
Oh, wait. The
Location.
Fallen. Devil's
Harlem, City Borough.
Advocate.
Manhattan, City Borough.
Ooh.
Circulatory Systems Labs.
Pay attention.
Cathedral of St. John the Divine, Sacred Site. Morningside Park. October Crown Plaza Hotel, Midtown Hotel. St. Patrick's Episcopal Church.
These are their locations.
Sterling Hotel. The Heights. The Majestic Cafe. Central Park. Sept of the Green, Carn. Goblin Town, Freehold. Upper West Side.
Freehold.
Amsterdam Avenue.
Wow.
Brooklyn, City Borough. Queens, City Borough. The Unisphere. The Art Hole,
The
former Elysium of the
Unisphere.
Camarilla, destroyed by the Hunter Offensive. The Bronx, City Borough, ruled by the Anarchs. The Crescent, suite of luxury condominiums. Hunts Point Landing. Empire of the Sun, or Sunny's, popular Anarch Bar. Padraig's Haven. Chantry of the Five Boroughs, Tremere Chantries. Barnard College. The Maupassant Room, a 12th-floor office space and former private quarters of the Regent Lucien de Maupassant, transformed into a chantry after his disappearance.
Lucian. Wow.
Coney Island. North Brother Island.
Coney Island.
George Washington Bridge.
Wow.
Hudson River, river area controlled by the Zimish Autarkies Vritra. Residents. Vampires. The New York Camarilla. Kadir Al-Azmai, Toreador Sheriff.
Pay attention.
Thomas Arturo, Toreador Harpy. Caleb Rose, Nosferatu and former prince. Valerie Duval, Venture Scourge. Eugenio Estevez, Tremere Regent. Kaiser, Nosferatu Information Broker. Robert Larson, Thin-Blooded Primogen. Helene Panard, Venture Prince.
Sound
Addison
like
Payne,
Persian.
Venture Primogen. Julia Sowinski, La Sombra Primogen.
Persian.
Carter Vanderweyden, Malkavian Primogen. Ephraim Wainwright, Tremere Regent. The New York Sabbath. Francisco Domingo de Polonia, La Sombra Archbishop. The New York Anarchs.
Archbishop.
Torch, Ruja Anarch Baron of the Bronx.
Archon.
The Autarkies and Independence. Donatello Giovanni, Giovanni Capo. Mahmoud, Banu Hakim Elder. Eli Sansarik, Ministry High Priest.
Listen, y'all. Pay
Stephen Clark,
attention.
Ministry. Vritra, Zimish. Argus, Ravnos. Simone, Setite. Avet, Setite, subordinate of Simone. Garo. Mother Larissa, Bone Nar. Hundo Chunder, Bone Nar. Fenji, Bone Nar. Shadowpad, Children of Gaia. Wilhelm Quarterback, Krause, Get Offender.
Shadowpad, Children of
Clean
God.
Winston, Glasswalker. Simon Gentle, Glasswalker.
Glasswalker.
Hacktalon, Glasswalker. Carlson Rua, Shadow Lord. Zachary Ellison, Shadow Lord. Alexandra Zamaitan, Silver Fang. Howard Core, Stargazer. Accolone, Stargazer. Changelings. Isaac Glass. Rat Breath. Minor characters.
See, they skipped over a lot.
Agda, vampire enemy of Blake, destroyed by a mysterious hunter. Susanna DiCarlo, niece of the Giovanni Paul
Oh,
DiCarlo.
yeah, they skipping over stuff.
Drexler, down on his left caitiff from the South Bronx. Feck, Dark Trinity Bane. Gorgo, Dark Trinity Bane.
Y'all get the
Jihoon,
picture.
Minister subordinate
This
of Simone.
is basically what
Mayor
New York
William
is all
Havemeyer,
about.
ruler of
This
the
is
Ventru
what
Barrel
New York
Underwood.
established on.
Mateo
Like,
Morales, councilman and
I
former
need y'all
lover
to
of
pay
Fuego Walker.
attention. Look it up.
Raza, Dark Trinity Bane. Timmy, Bone Nar. Reggie, delinquent who tried to rape Siobhan, killed by the gangrel Ramona. Rex, dog of the gangrel Ramona.
And these
Rover,
are real
dog of the
characters.
gangrel
Don't
Ramona.
get it twisted. Their
Gallery.
names might be changed or
References.
mixed up or whatever. But
1.
yeah,
VTM,
No,
New
no,
York
no,
by Night,
baby.
P16.
this is some real shit. I'm going to need y'all to look this up. Pay attention. Listen. I'm going to need y'all to go look this information up. I can't make this up, y'all. This is why there is a gray cloud over the cities in New York State. Like, and this is just one of the states that I looked up under this site, okay? Baby, it's more to come. It's more to come, okay? I researched Chicago. I researched Detroit. I researched New York. I researched, listen, a lot of places, and it's all connected to this type of activity, okay? All of these states, they said, except for one. And I ain't even going to tell y'all what that one is yet. We're going to get to it. Listen, because y'all know how I do it. I let Google read it to you because the fact checkers ain't going to be fact checking me. Fact check Google. Let's go. Infinity TV. Baby, do your research. I'm begging you because, listen, knowledge is power. Knowing. Gnosis. Get it? Peace. Love you guys.